Howdy tubers, welcome back to the Zach Live. So this video has been like, what, 2.5 years, 2 years and 8 months, something like that. It'll be 3 years this Christmas in the making. This motorhome is just about finished. It's close. I've got some decorating to do. I'm thinking about maybe going and buying a TV. I hadn't quite decided. I don't watch TV, but I wanted a TV just to have a TV. But I want to finish it. We're going to get it done. This video is probably going to span a few weeks. There's quite a bit left to do. A little bit of mechanical stuff, not much. I'm probably going to have a video after this one about working on the generator. I'll get into that in a minute. But the truck engine likes a few things. Got some decorating, television, got a couple pieces of wood to put up here, a bunch of caulking to do on the ceiling, a bunch of cleaning. Some other stuff, can't remember what it is. I got a couch out there I just bought, cheapest couch I can find on the internet. I'm fixing to drag it in here and get after it. I got a couch. Got this thing on Wayfair. I think that's how you pronounce it. It was super cheap. I think it was like $318, including shipping or something like that. Took 29 minutes. Hopefully this doesn't screw up the wallpaper. It's got little soft, soft edges that go all the way around. I think it'll work. It's a piece of crap, but it's what I expected. It ain't bad for sitting. I contemplated on what to put here. Put something here, not put something here, whatever. And ultimately decided to, because there's just enough room there. It would just barely hang off in the little step there in the door. There's room to put a queen size bed right here, and you could, if you had somebody short and somebody didn't mind sleeping on something hard as plywood, you could have somebody sleep on this couch and a couple of people down on the floor. And then moreover, there's actually enough room to put another queen size bed just right there, I believe, between the cabinet and the wall. You couldn't anybody get up because you'd have to be stepping on each other. But if you did go somewhere and you wanted to haul a bunch of people, you could make this whole room here one big mattress basically. But I'm sleeping back there. So real quickly before I move on, this coach doesn't have any carpet in it. It's all hardwood. I didn't plan on keeping a vacuum cleaner. I wanted it to be dog friendly and dirty shoes friendly. Makes it easy just to sweep it out. One thing I've done is the truck engine and the generator both have compressed air, and I bought this little slinky blue hose at Harbor Freight, and I've actually got an air chuck right here that I can plug into. And have compressed air, and this hose will reach easily to the cab. It works well for dusting, clearing up the air bed or whatever you need to do. But for every now and then, you need to have a vacuum cleaner. And I bought this, and it works so well, I got to brag on it. I'm certainly not sponsored by them or anything. Bought it off Amazon. That's what it looks like. You can find it, but it sucks like, with the air, it sucks like a shop vac. And I got some screws and some nuts here. I wanted to show you how well it works. I got some washers and a screw. It's really, really stout. Anyway, this works really good for sort of getting in crevices. You know, whatever you need to do. And and you know, place you can't get a broom very well. So the next thing I think I'm going to do in finishing this coach is I've got to put some trim up. There's a piece that goes here, a piece is supposed to go here. I've got to finish this lattice out. I didn't do that part up there because I wasn't real sure how I was going to finish out that cabinet, and I wanted to wait. I've got some wood. I'll probably just still sticking it up there. I'm going to go hack it out and see if we can get that finished. So while we wait for that to dry, I've got to caulk all this stuff up here. It doesn't look real good. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but like you see up there, there's like a gap there. There's a little gap there. I've got the front part done, and the front part looks great. It's really, really slick. But like, you know, starting right there is not done. All right, so I got all this done. I'm quite pleased with it. You know, nothing in this place is perfect, but it's all good enough. I got the rest of the caulking done, most of it anyway. I guess I missed that little seam right there. But I'll have to go over it. I'm sure there'll be little dinky things that need touched up, but it's pretty dang close. The next thing is I got a secret I want to show you. Not many people know. I want to show you a collection I've got. Oh, that weighed about 100 more pounds than I expected. I didn't realize that was heavy. I've got a collection. Here's a bunch of them. There's another box, but it's mostly, I don't think it was mostly lease signs. It was more collectibles. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff in here. So I've been digging through all my signs. I had about as many in the house as I had out there in the shop that I showed you. A lot of the ones that were in the house, I kind of put the nice ones in the house, and the ones that were a little bit rougher stayed out there in the shop. Though some of the rougher ones really were my favorite. But anyway, I've been digging through them. I've kind of got a bunch I like. And what my plan is I'm going to take and put these signs up at least sort of spaced out around down each side. I'm not sure, you know, I originally wanted to put a television up there. I don't watch TV at all, ever. I've got no use to have one. I think one would look good there. I had decided I may buy a TV just for decoration only. But I'm going to start putting a few of these signs up. about these signs, where a lot of them came from. These three that are over here came out of our office. We've got an office building we used to use as an actual office. Today it's mostly just full of junk and filing cabinets, and we keep a lot of well records, and it's full of stuff. You know, it's just a storage building basically. A lot of these signs came out of our office building, but a lot of them I've also picked up, and they have, you know, they're like a picture to me, a memory. And I'd like to share some of that, because some of it's kind of cool. You know, like say for instance this sign right here. You know, you're thinking, you know, this is a pretty ugly sign. You know, why wouldn't you just hang, you know, another porcelain sign up instead of this one? And I'd like to kind of give some of those stories, because they're interesting to me. I know a lot of y'all ask me a lot of questions, you know, about family history, and you know, kind of want to know me more personally. And I'd like to share some of that, because it's kind of neat. This sign here, actually, when I was just out of high school, I took a job, and this is a sign. This is a Continental Oil Company, which later becomes shortened to Conoco. I think by about 1950, everyone knows it as Conoco, but originally it was the Continental Oil Company. It's just Conoco for short. And so this sign's really old. I would guess this sign's probably from the 30s or the 40s or the 50s. Anyway, I took a job working for an oil company, and I actually pumped the lease that I found this sign. The well was long gone, but this sign was laying out there, and it was hung up. There was a sort of a little guard sucker rod thing that was laying. I could sit up in the pasture, and I walked up there to it, and this was laying on it. It was just right out of the dirt, and it's really well preserved for what it is. This is actually painted. This is not, I've gone back and forth. I might get some close shots, because it looks, in some ways it looks hand painted, in some way it looks stenciled. I'm not sure, but I think it's very old. I think it's at least from the 1950s. And anyway, this is a cool sign to me, because this was a you know, found on my very first job when I was out of high school. I'd like to hang it up right here. This is actually a plaque. This was a sputter rig that I bought, and it was gone. I bought it just with junk iron, but I kept it. It was made in Wichita Falls. This is a Wichita Engineering. The actual Wichita Engineering building is still there. If you ever go through Wichita Falls, it's kind of hard to explain where it is. I don't know if you're going down the main road through town there. It's off kind of behind there's a Lowe's. If you go through the middle of town, it's kind of behind there. That's kind of neat. As far as these, I think, well, I might have got a few of these. Every time I come across these on units, they're mine. I don't steal them from people, even though everybody else steals them from me. I would get these signs off, but the Lovekin, National, Continental Imsco, American Manufacturing, those are all three brands of pump units. Signs like this came out of our office building. This is a ceramic sign. You can tell because the letters are raised. It's actually green ceramic with white ceramic, sort of, I don't know if they painted it or what they did to it, but anyway, it's baked on there. These are really good signs. Anyway, this Conoco sign, Conoco used to buy most of our oil, or some of it, or all of it, I don't know. I have a feeling this was probably given sort of as a token of appreciation to maybe my grandpa or something back a long time ago, great grandpa, for, you know, letting Conoco buy their oil. I want to finish hanging these. I just wanted to talk about that. Oh, by the way, I got a TV. I was going to say that to begin with, and forgot. I went ahead and bought a TV. I wanted it here just to sort of take up some of the, you know, take up some of that wall. My idea the whole time was to have a TV there, and so that's what I got. I got it all mounted. I think I'll need to put something right there, something right there. You know, I've said this quite a bit, but I don't ever watch TV. Like, I literally haven't actually watched a movie, like sit down in my house and watched a movie. I don't really think ever, but definitely not in the last 4 or 5 years. And anyway, so that being said, I don't get caught up on all the television crap. Anyway, I never had a smart TV. Bought a smart TV, and it's kind of cool. You just get up to your internet, and I know all y'all are saying, yeah, you idiot, those have been out for years. But anyway, kind of neat. I've been sort of watching some of these old videos and reminiscing about it, and it's really mind-blowing. You know, I think this was about the 4th episode or something of this thing, and I don't know, pretty neat, come a long ways. I like this one, it's neat, but I don't know where to put it. You know, something else these signs do, which I think will probably play out well for me later. As I talked about, I like my antiques, and I've got some few things. I've kind of hidden them. I really don't honestly know where they went, but some really old matchbox holder and a few things. And these signs, I think, will sort of tie together the light, modern kind of looking, you know, whatever of this motorhome, and sort of the old stuff too. I'm not sure if you caught that one. I put that little Wichita plaque up there. I like this. To be quite frank, I don't like this one. I may just pull it down. I'm gonna have a big ugly screw hole right there, but I'm gonna put something else there. I just don't like that. So I got a few finishing touches I've done to this thing. It's just about finished. I want to kind of walk you through them. If you remember way back when, I ran an extra PEX line from here back to the water tank, and there's a valve right there, solenoid valve, and it's hooked up via this switch. And what this valve does is it opens a path from the hot water back to the water tank. So if you get up in the morning or you want hot water, instead of having to turn the faucet on and wait for the water to get hot and waste the water, you can simply hit this button for about that long, and it circulates all the cold water that's in the line back out to the tank. And so you've got hot water in 1, 2, 4 hot water right there, about 4 seconds. Of course, by doing that, you also get instant hot water to the bathroom sink, to the shower. And so if you're going to take a shower, you can just walk by here and click, and you know, the line actually snakes up back in here, so there's instant water, the hot water at the shower and everything. Another thing I've done, if you'll remember back in the hot water heater just came on, and the programming of the PLC for the generator, I added in it what I called a recharge mode. And so with the generator running, you can actually go to stop and hold the switch down. I think it was 6 seconds or 10 seconds, I don't remember, and release it, and it will stay running. And I have added down here a voltage sensing relay, and what that relay does is when the voltage gets up to 28.4 volts, which would indicate a fully charged battery, it automatically turns the generator off. Actually, it kicks off at about 85% charged, 88% charged. Also, if you've got any significant load on your battery bank, it'll pull a voltage down. So like if you got an air conditioner running, you switch it to that mode, it'll run until the air conditioner kicks off, and then it automatically kills the generator. That seems to work pretty well. We used it when we go to bed at night. The other thing is I bought some 1/4 inch real silver, not that high, it was a couple $100, but something stupid I wanted. And the female made these little, she's kind of a hobby silversmith, made these little T's that go in the cabinets, and these keeps the cabinets from being able to come open. These seem to work well. I guess that's about it. There's maybe a few little touch-up things to do, maybe another picture to hang or whatnot. This thing's finished. It's completely done. I want to walk you outside. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. We are actually in Colorado right now. We are in a undisclosed location somewhere in the middle of Colorado. There's the female. She's been taking the dog for a walk. Goes way back there. There's a post over there. This might be my future home. I wanted to bring y'all up here and show you. We're actually on a trip. We just jumped in this thing in the middle of it. I kind of promised y'all some meet and greets if we went to Colorado. We'll do that at a later point. This was just a off the wall, let's get out of here kind of deal. I'm not gonna make this about a trip, but I'm gonna show you a few highlights. I wanted to know how it did in the mountains. The truck actually pulled pretty well. It run good. Tried to get hot a little bit climbing some of the mountains, but had to back out of it, but it wasn't any big deal. Everything's been going great. Hauled the Suburban. The Suburban hadn't been off the trailer since I drove this to Kansas, I think in April. I hauled my little dual tandem equipment trailer and put the Suburban on it. I think the little Detroit generator is not too big on the altitude up here. I think we're about 8,000 feet. It's kind of idling up a little bit. I think it'll clean up here in a minute. It's cleaning up as it warms up. Ain't too bad. It's working pretty hard. I'm gonna keep the video running. I might catch you on a few little parts of the trip, but for the most part, this is all the video. Just wanted to bring you along. Trains coming? Nope. Well, better thing to do on vacation than build a fence. This land isn't much to look at, but the views around it are pretty neat. I'm done. Building a fence sucks, especially at 8,000 feet. Or driving T-post, hasn't built any fence yet. I'm gonna go set the air conditioning, finish up editing this video, see if I can get it up for you either tonight or Sunday morning. Appreciate you watching. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my Instagram. I got a link down there in the description, and we'll catch you on the next one.